Oh, hello. Um, welcome back to another football commentaries live stream. I forgot to set the mic up. How could I forget? One of the most important things you need, and I forget to set it up. Right, there we go. Sorry about that. Just had to. Right, had to get that sorted. I do. I do apologise. Welcome back to another football commentaries live stream. Today we have got Manchester United away to Brighton and Hove Albion. Hopefully we'll get some goals and it'll be a fantastic game. But we'll just have to wait and see. I'm just going to get the stream out on my Instagram. Football commentaries it is. That's where you can contact me. I don't really put too much on there, but still worth a follow. Yeah, let me just do this quickly. Made my own thumbnails this time as well for the next few commentaries. They are my own. Maybe a surprise, but you know, with this kind of stuff, I'm not very gifted at the technical side of this. So I used to get my mate to do them, and then he taught me over Discord. And yeah, I'm pleased the way they look the exact same, but you know, yeah, happy with that. So just give me a second, and then we'll get into the lineups. We are just 9 minutes away from kickoff, so you know, still got a little bit of time. But it's a changed system though from Brighton, I can tell you that. You don't know the lineups already. Just give me 2 seconds. Be a massive week for football as well. In general, big games tomorrow and Thursday as well. Obviously, Thursday's our next commentary here, which is obviously Manchester United versus Liverpool. Manchester City versus Liverpool. Sorry, it's obviously a massive game. There we go. There we go. Done. I'll go through the lineups very soon. But yeah, change system for Brighton in the end in this game. I think they played it or attempted to play it against Leicester, and it did work for them. To be fair, so it won't surprise me if they went for it again. kick off in just over 5 minutes time. I'll go through the lineups very soon. United looking for big 3 points today. So push them more towards the Champions League places. Obviously, Wolves have played their game in hand, or have played match day 32, so they're 3 points ahead of United because they won their game. So, in terms of that, you know, there's a little, there's a little bit of difference there. I think even if Wolves lost, won, draw, whatever, their target of winning this game would have been the exact same anyway. So, in terms of that, I don't think it changed United's strategy or their mentality to the game or anything like that. So in the end, I feel like this game was just a must-win. Some big names not in the Brighton team, but I feel like it's due to a little bit of a tactic change, more just for the fact that they are changing their formation up a little bit. I definitely think they used it in the Leicester game. But obviously, they've seen it that it worked and worked tremendously well. Obviously, keeping a clean sheet away at the King Power isn't the easiest thing to do. More easier than it was before the lockdown because Leicester haven't really got kick-started yet since the restart. But it was still a great performance from Brighton. I'll go through the lineups now, and then I'll go through them a bit close to kick-off. If I can squeeze it in, we've got Matt Ryan in goal for Brighton. A back five of Tariq Lamptey, Shane Duffy, Lewis Dunk, Dan Burn, and left wing-back Martin Montoya. Usually plays on the right side, but plays on the left side today. A midfield, I'm presuming three of Davy Proper, Dale Stevens, and Basuma in a midfield three. And then in front of them is Alexis McAllister, who has impressed since the restart. I've watched him a few times and I've been impressed with the way he's played. And then up front is Aaron Connolly, not Neil Maupay. He drops to the bench. Then up front for then United's lineup is De Gea is in goal, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw at the back, Matic and Pogba playing the two holding midfielder roles, and then an attacking three of Rashford, Fernandes and Greenwood with Anthony Martial up front. So they're the lineups for today's game. As teams are now starting to enter the field. Two minutes away for kick-off, but maybe 2 or 3. Obviously, Dan James on the bench. A bit more trust in Mason Greenwood. I feel like Solskjaer's getting now. James hasn't had the greatest of seasons in terms of contribution. If you look at it, not being too harsh. 3 goals, 6 assists is decent, but a lot of those goals, all the goals came within I think August. I don't think even he's not had a goal since August in the league. Just with my eye. So I feel like there comes to a point of a manager where you've got to drop players like that because there was no one really to play on that right hand side, other than Dan James. So that's why I think he kept his place in the team for so long, but. Greenwood comes in now, younger, so hopefully he can, stick a place in the lineup in the starting 11. We are close to kick off now. Just gonna get a timer up as well. I forgot to set that up, so I'll just do that now. There we go. So that'll be coming up soon. We are very close to kick off. Just go through the lineups. I've already done that, so then there's not many people here, so I'll just refrain from doing that. Kick-off coming very soon. Andre Mariner, the referee for tonight's game. Sorry, you can hear that. I'm just going to shut the windows very quickly. Sorry for that. Just have to shut the windows so you don't hear anything. We are very close to kick off now in this game, literally a few seconds away. United kick off, kicking right to left, Brighton left to right. And hopefully we can have a cracking game on this Tuesday evening or night. Obviously United will be looking to use the momentum of their quarter-final FA Cup win against Norwich at the weekend to proceed to pick up 3 points in this game against Brighton. Brighton, decent start to the restart. A win and a draw. A credible draw as well against Leicester away. Can't take anything away from their performance. Again, down on one knee there. All the players for the Black Lives Matter movement. Pogba raising his arm in the air. As we have completed that, and the referee blows his whistle for the start of the game, and it's Manchester United with the kick-off, and it's Mason Greenwood back towards Lindelof. Harry Maguire on the ball. My time might be a bit off here. Rashford to Martial, inside to Bruno Fernandes. A quick start. Martial's played in on the left-hand side of the box towards the corner flag. Keeps it. Goes inside to Rashford. Lets it run across his body. Lays it off towards Luke Shaw. Intercepted by Brighton man, cleared by Matt Ryan. I had to restart this timer. Martial has got the ball back for Manchester United. Goes back towards Bruno Fernandes. A nice switch towards Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Right, there you go. The timer started now. Maguire to Luke Shaw. Pressured by Lamptey. Foul given. Just a little nudge in the back there from Tariq Lamptey. Recovered from his facial injury he received in the game against Leicester. Looked like a nasty one. Was able to play through it against Leicester, but seemed that he may not be able to play today. But obviously he's recovered from any kind of pain or suffering that he went through because of the injury. We've got Matic on the ball on the halfway line. Inside to Pogba. Harry Maguire. Dinks it to the left towards Rashford. Martin Montoya wins his header right back. So let's see what they're going with here. It looks like they're not going for that back five that people suggested. It looks like they're going for maybe a 4-4-2 where Lamptey's playing right midfield. I'll keep an eye out on that to let you know if there's a clear formation here. Lamptey and it might be a back. I think it's a back five, but Montoya is playing right centre back and Dan Burn is playing that left wing back position. As Luke Shaw plays it into Rashford, back in towards Luke Shaw, down the line. He gets on the end of the through ball, gets a cross in to Martial. Touch, big tackle from Dale Stephens in the box. Falls to Davy Proper. Can he clear down the line? He plays it to Lamptey. Hits it off Nemanja Matic, and a throw-in for Brighton in the end. Good chance that for Manchester United. Down the left-hand side, good play from Marcus Rashford and Luke Shaw. And they played it into Martial, who's obviously off the back of a Premier League hat-trick in the last game. Got his 12th, 13th and 14th goal of the season in the Premier League in that game. Just couldn't quite bring it under control for the touch. As Lewis Dunk heads it away to Connolly, lays it down to Basuma. He's surrounded by 3 Manchester United men, and Wan-Bissaka puts the tackle in. And I think wins the throw-in. Yeah, it does, as it comes off Basuma from the tackle. Fantastic defending from the young English right-back. This is Pogba to Lindelof. Throw-in taken quickly. We now have Harry Maguire, featured in every minute of the Premier League season so far. For Manchester United, it's a ball from Rashford, switches it towards Bruno Fernandes, intercepted by Dan Burn. Cleared away not very convincingly to Rashford. He tries to play in the feet of Martial, intercepted by Davy Proper. Has to turn back and play it to his goalkeeper, Matt Ryan. Clears first time the Australian. 58 appearances for his country. Won back by Manchester United. It's Pogba on the ball in the midfield. Finds Mason Greenwood on the right. Inside to Pogba again, around 50 yards out. To Bruno Fernandes on the edge of the box. Tackled by Dale Stephens. Stays with the Portuguese. Crosses it towards Martial. To Shane Duffy with a nice interception. And headed away once more by Dan Burn for a throw. Early pressure from Manchester United. Obviously wanting the early goal, which would help them massively in terms of calming this game down, because Brighton showing in the game against Leicester, if you let them settle in a defensive formation with a lot of stability, they'll keep you out. So obviously Brighton will want to do that again. As Dan Burn clears long towards Maguire, tries to chest it down for Lindelof, puts Lindelof under pressure, and he ends up fouling Aaron Connolly, the Irishman. 2 goals in the league for him, the young Irishman. Both came against Tottenham in a 3-0 win when Hugo Lloris actually broke his elbow. But that's poor from Harry Maguire. I don't know why he's chesting it down to Lindelof. He could have chested it down and brought it down himself for him to maybe bring the ball out. He started to dribble out, but no, not in the end. He gives away foul, Lindelof, because of it. I think they'll send it long here, Brighton. They've got a chance to really send their tall players in. They've got Dan Burn, Duffy, Dunk all in there. Goes over to Stephens. Out wide to Proper, making a better angle for a cross. Can't get the crossing in the end. Greenwood blocks out for a throw-in for Brighton. And they'll send away a few of their centre-backs that they brought forward for that free kick and puts them in a more of a defensive position. Sorry for that. Montoya. McAllister is able to turn from the Montoya play back, tackle by Maguire, only as far as Dale Stephens. Basuma. Lamptey. Sorry. And it's a shot by Dale Stephens over the bar. Sorry about that. My dogs. Sorry, I just had to do it again. Oh my god. It's a joke. But the goal kick here for United, not taken yet, from David De Gea. Maguire to Luke Shaw on the left. Can't get the pass down the line, but it comes back to him from an interception from Lamptey. Maguire. De Gea first time clearance. Not very convincing. To Proper. Tries to play to Lamptey, bundled over by Luke Shaw. Nothing done, says the referee. Matic drills it into Fernandes. Finds a ball out wide to Greenwood. Outrushing. Matt Ryan clears it. Good goalkeeping there. Anticipating the pass. But that was a fantastic ball from Bruno Fernandes to get it through the gap to that left-hand side. That was a phenomenal pass. Luke Shaw throws it back to Harry Maguire. Lindelof. Nemanja Matic just on the halfway line. Turns Matic and goes to his right to Lindelof. He's got Wan-Bissaka to his right. Matic in the middle and Pogba to his left. He'll use Pogba. Luke Shaw's got a little bit of space down this left. He won't use him. He'll go for a switch towards, I think it was Marcus Rashford, who peeled to the right-hand side. straight out for a goal kick. Poor pass from the World Cup winning Frenchman. So he's starting to get back in the team. Paul Pogba has missed 39 games in all competitions due to an ankle injury. I mentioned that in the game against Tottenham. And he's making his 105th Premier League appearance for Manchester United, scoring 24 goals. He's obviously alongside Nemanja Matic as well in the midfield. His 15th league appearance this season. 13 of those have been starts. So, goal kick from Matt Ryan towards Dan Burn. And nothing done, so the referee, despite a little nudge in the back from Pogba, out for a United throw-in. Wan-Bissaka's to go and collect the ball over the advertisement boards himself. And then throws it back to Lindelof. Maguire. Shaw. Tries to go down the line once again, intercepted by Lamptey, out for a throw-in for Manchester United. So yeah, it looks like they're playing 4 at the back, Brighton, and Lamptey's playing in a right midfield role. It looks like they're playing kind of a 4-4-2. They're playing a 4-4-2 when they're defending, for sure, with Basuma out on that left. Matic, playing quite deep, goes back to Maguire. Look for a pass. Goes inside to Pogba. Matic. Put under pressure by Lamptey, and it's a foul, says the referee. I'm not sure about that one. It looks like he may have won the ball there, Tariq Lamptey, but free kick taken quickly by Manchester United can set them away. Luke Shaw on the left. Goes down by Proper, has to turn and look for his options. Finds Matic into Rashford. First time pass looking for Martial, not on his toes and ready for it. So Brighton can regain the ball, and they play it long towards Aaron Connolly, who will chase against Lindelof. Lindelof wins it, goes to Aaron Wan-Bissaka, met by Basuma, another Manchester United throw-in. Good pressing there by Brighton on the wings. As soon as one of the United players gets the ball, they're straight onto them, intercepting their passes they're trying to make down the line. Nine minutes in, still 0-0, no real chance as of yet. But I'm sure there'll be many more to come. It's Maguire to Rashford, who's dropped a little bit deeper on the halfway line for the ball. Tries to take on Montoya, one back. Lamptey back heels it to Montoya. Nice skill from Montoya, back to Lamptey. Lamptey goes past Rashford. Advantage played. Montoya down the line to McAllister. Wins it. Tries to nutmeg Luke Shaw. He wins it back for Manchester United. And Maguire can have the ball in the defence. And goes across to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. His pass down the line again intercepted quickly by Basuma. Out for another throw-in. They're doing that well so far, Brighton. Stopping those balls down the line from the United fullbacks. It is Lindelof who will come out with the ball. Harry Maguire. Luke Shaw. Rashford. First time ball over to Martial. Can't quite bring it down in his stride. And Proper can win it, but does slip. And he's able to keep the ball. Fantastically done by the Dutch international. We have McAllister looking for a ball around the corner to Aaron Connolly. Not quite on the save wavelength. And United can come out of the ball with Luke Shaw in the left-back role. Obviously, De Gea's future is in a little bit of, is a bit of a concern right now for Manchester United and himself. Obviously, Dean Henderson playing really well this season in the Premier League. To be fair, not a bad season from De Gea. 31 league appearances and only 31 goals conceded. So only won a game. Isn't too bad. There is worse records in the league, and with a grand total of 9 clean sheets this season. Not too bad as Dale Stephens tries to look for that ball to Aaron Connolly. Over the top, he brings it down in the box on an angle. Lindelof can outmuscle him and win the ball back. But apparently, they give a foul for handball? Apparently, the linesman said that Aaron Connolly chested it down, brought it down with his arm. Oh, that's not handball. That's hit the top of his shoulder. Lindelof won the ball back anyway for Aaron Connolly, so it wouldn't have made a difference. But it's not handball. That was top of the shoulder right here. So not a foul for me, but we continue. We are like saying, De Gea, to be fair to him, he's got 5 league clean sheets in his last 7 league games. Obviously, that's before lockdown. That's not a bad record. Obviously, United, as well, are 14 unbeaten. So, in all competitions, they're defensively, they must be doing something right to not be losing any games. Maguire has this ball, goes for a nice switch to Aaron Wan-Bissaka and brings it down nicely. Touches it past Basuma. Can he get onto the touch as well? He can. He goes inside to Greenwood. Inside the box on the far right. Finds Pogba on the edge. Fernandes, first time shot off the post, and Pogba on the rebound over the bar. It was deflected, I think, by Dan Burn, but that Bruno Fernandes attempt first time curled towards that near post, bottom corner, but bounced off the ground and bounced onto the post and away. Only as far as Pogba, who couldn't divert it goalwards, and his shot was blocked by Dan Burn. But it's a good, nice layoff from Pogba. Good shot from Bruno Fernandes. Had the keeper beaten if that was going in the inside of the post. But 12 minutes in, still 0-0. As they've taken it quickly, Rashford try to return the ball to Bruno Fernandes from the corner. Can't win it, but Shaw wins it back and lays it off to Rashford. Cuts inside, on his left foot. Back out onto his right. Great skill from Marcus Rashford. Can he get a crossing? He's brought down in the box. Penalty appeals by Marcus Rashford. Ignored by the referee. And it'll be a goal kick. I think they'll have to check VAR on that. Cut in, then cut back out Rashford. Sent Dale Stephens to the ground. And then, I don't know if there's contact right on the byline there. We'll have a better angle of it here. Nowhere near. Not enough contact whatsoever. Should be a goal kick that VAR won't give anything. I don't think they have as well. So, referee got it right. Next three fixtures as well for Manchester United are Bournemouth home, Aston Villa away and Southampton at home. So if you're looking at that realistically and in the form that United are in at the minute, there should be three easy wins really. As David Propper finds a ball down the line towards Tariq Lamptey, Luke Shaw can get there first, uses strength and cleared. Going as far as Montoya, he heads it down and Brighton win back possession, but a poor ball from Shane Duffy could lead to a Manchester United counter-attack. It's Paul Pogba at the halfway line, skips past Stephens, finds Martial, who's drifted to the left. Into Rashford, back to Martial. Bruno Fernandes on the right, he's got Aaron Wan-Bissaka making a run forwards, and he'll use him. One-on-one with Bissouma, inside to Greenwood, lays it back off to Fernandes. Finds Pogba. Tries to find an intricate ball to Greenwood, intercepted by Brighton, and they can bring the ball away only as far as Nemanja Matic, who's about 10 yards away from where they lost the ball. Has time on it, no press from Brighton. And they'll go to Marcus Rashford, back to Matic, finds Shaw, on this left, inside to Martial. Just lays it off to Nemanja Matic. To Lindelof on his right, United pushed up high in the Brighton box. Or in the Brighton half, should I say. Luke Shaw. Rashford again, just to Matic as well. Over to Lindelof. Maguire. And then goes for that switch towards Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Headed away by Bissouma, only finds Pogba, who's a little bit deeper to regain the ball for United. Towards the halfway line, United have got the ball, and then Pogba goes for another switch, looking for Luke Shaw, finds him perfectly. He tries to head it down towards Nemanja Matic, but intercepted by Montoya. Skips past Matic, but he does recover from behind, and is able to regain the ball for United. Good defending from Matic. It looks like he was beaten there by the ex-Barcelona fullback, but was able to win it back from behind to just nick it from his feet. We have Fernandes on this left. He's got Rashford further along, and he will use him. Can he find a cross? He goes to Luke Shaw down the line, pulls it back towards Martial, intercepted by Dale Stephens and away for a throw-in for United. It's unfortunate play that from Manchester United. They are slowly finding a way into this game and finding cracks in the Brighton defence. Rashford from the throw. Across to Nemanja Matic. Nemanja Matic completed 90 minutes in the last 5 of 6 league games, so becoming a regular in the league as Greenwood gets it off Aaron Wan-Bissaka inside. In the box, step overs, shoots at the near post. A fantastic finish from Racing Greenwood. It's only took them 16 minutes to break the Brighton defence, and it took some skill to do it. But it's a fantastic goal to unlock the resolute, or not as resolute at this point in time, Brighton defence. They've been on top for the whole game so far, Manchester United. They've bossed possession in every single way. And Wan-Bissaka just finds Greenwood in a bit of space. He's able to turn Stephens too easily. No pressure from Lewis Dunk. And around 3 step-overs to try and trick the defender. Ends up shooting near post. Matt Ryan can't get down quick enough to save it. And this allows United to go 1 goal in front. At the Amex, it is Brighton 0, Manchester United 1, and what a fantastic start for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Sorry, I'm just going to lift that as well, just a little bit. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to change the scoreline as well before I forget, because I always forget. So there we go. 1-0. We have started with Lamptey down the right for Brighton, already mounting an attack. The number 2. He's got Montoya behind him, or Proper behind him, won't use him. Will smash it against the leg of Luke Shaw and out for a throw towards the corner flag. Mason Greenwood, with his 6th Premier League goal of the season, has no assists, but as long as he's providing the goals, I don't think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will mind too much. It's a great goal. Good step overs as well to trick the defender and the goalkeeper to when he was going to pull the trigger, and pulled that trigger exact right moment to squeeze it into that near post of Matt Ryan. As the Brightons do still have the ball with Lewis Dunk at the back. Goes to his centre-back partner, Shane Duffy. And I think I mentioned this in the last commentary, but Shane Duffy made 35 league appearances last year for Brighton. Player of the year. And this season, he's only had, this is 17th league appearance of some kind. And maybe not a start. Some would have been off the bench as well. So it's unfortunate for Shane Duffy that he's been kind of demoted from the Brighton team as soon as Graham Potter came in. But it happens sometimes. But Brighton do lose possession as they tried to get out of the defensive area. You can see the throw in towards the halfway line. I think it was a poor dunk pass or a proper pass. But Greenwood will be delighted with that goal, and that's what he can bring ahead of Dan James. Obviously, he scored in the last game before lockdown for United against LSK in the 5-0 thrashing in the Europa League. But in terms of the league, he hasn't scored since the 31st of August. De Gea to Matic to Maguire. Hi, sound down on TV with your commentary, much better. Thank you. I had a lot of people doing that in the last stream, which I didn't know people did, so that was good to know. As Lindelof does have the ball, just on the edge of the box. Maguire. If you are new here, please drop a subscription. So you see in the top right, the next commentary is on Thursday. Make sure you're here. Even if you're watching the game, make sure you watch my commentary as well. Just keep it on in the background. We can have some discussion as well. It's Matic. Inside to Rashford. Greenwood tries to pick it up. Good tackle from Lewis Dunk, the captain. And goes to Montoya on his right. Inside to Dale Stephens. Back to Montoya. Proper can turn. Inside to Stephens. McAllister. Back to Montoya. Around the corner to McAllister again. Proper. Poor ball to Martial. He can run one-on-one with Shane Duffy. On the edge of the box. Finds his way inside the box. Tries to go to Greenwood. Intercepted by Dan Burnell, who finds Rashford on the far left. Goes to the edge to Pogba. Brought down on the edge of the box by Basuma. Around 20 yards out. And it'll be a free kick on the left-hand side of the box. And it could be a booking for Basuma. I don't think it is, but it was a nasty challenge. It was late. I think hit the leg. Yeah, just went right through the back of Pogba. He was anticipating the foul, to be fair to Pogba. So it was a clever play to win the free kick, because it's a very dangerous area to win a free kick. Basuma plays for Mali at international level, has 3 goals for them in 14 appearances, and has 815 minutes under his belt in the league this season. Did play against Arsenal and Leicester since the restart. Rashford and Bruno Fernandes are over it. It's a fantastic area. I think Fernandes is the one who's going to be stood over it for his 4th league goal of the season. Bruno Fernandes over the wall, over the bar. Too much on it. No real dip as well from Bruno Fernandes in the end. He'll be disappointed with himself with that. The direction and the curl on the shot was okay, but wasn't able to bring it down quick enough. So we're disappointed in that. Did contribute a goal in the last game against Sheffield United in the league. Didn't get a goal or an assist, but he's only done that twice in the league in his 7 appearances he's made so far, and that was in his first game against Wolves. During those chunk of games, those 5 other games, he's either scored or assisted. Obviously, probably one of his more well-known assists in a United shirt was against Manchester City from that free kick. A superb chip ball to Martial, and he was able to volley home for Manchester United to go on and win that game 2-0. As Matt Ryan does have the ball for Brighton, try to play out from the back. It goes to Basuma, who gave away the free kick. turns, gets past Fernandes inside the Brighton half. They'll now emerge into the United half. There's a little bit of space here for Brighton. It's proper. Tries to flick it towards McAllister. Poor pass and intercepted by Nemanja Matic and can set away Marcus Rashford, who has space on the left-hand side. He's not sprinting at full pace, but does go into the box to Martial on a tight angle from Lewis Dunk. It's seen out by the captain and goes out for a corner as he does have to tackle him just on the byline to stop Martial from cutting in and maybe pulling it back for his options who were joining him in the box. So it'll be a free kick, a corner, for Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes will take. Hopefully this corner is better than the free kick he's just taken. Try to get my subscriber count up, but I can't because the website I use doesn't work. So if anyone else subscribed, thank you. But if you haven't, please do. With Bruno Fernandes, one arm in the air. A bit of pace on that. Towards Maguire, he's able to head it across the goal and wide. It was an interesting corner from Fernandes. Seemed he put a huge amount of power on that corner. But Maguire was able to leap and get the head on it. I think it was always floating wide. No real trouble for Matt Ryan. No one was running onto it as well in a United shirt. I do understand as well this is live. This is free to view for people in the UK. I don't know if that's the same in other countries around the world, but obviously the people who are here listening, thank you very much because it just helps massively with the channel. Hopefully Thursday stream is going to be a cracking stream. Obviously one of the biggest game, the biggest game of the season in terms of to the biggest Titans clashing together in the league. So we have got a drinks break, so a little bit of time to fill. Greenwood again with a fantastic finish. So yeah, hopefully the stream on Thursday is going to be just so good. There'll be loads of people, loads of chat going on as well. So should be good. Should be good. But I'm really looking forward to it. I think it'll be a cracking game, and if people can get involved in the chat as well, I think it would make it 10 times better. Chris Martin, great commentary. Thank you. Well, thank you to you as well. Choosing you over Mark Goldbridge. Keep it up. That's fantastic. Don't mind Mark Goldbridge. I've got nothing against him, but I'm very thankful that you're choosing me over him. Thank you. But I do like Mark Goldbridge. I know he's like United through and through, and he goes on the United channel, and it's his thing. And he don't really do commentary, just more of a watch along. So I do appreciate that you've chosen me over him. We do get restarted with Matt Ryan. To Lewis Dunk on his left, goes down the line, looking for O'Connolly. Oh, just Connolly, I don't know why I said O'Connolly. Connolly down the line, a little bit too much power on him, and it goes out for a throw. It'll be interesting to see how Brighton make a way back into this game, because obviously I'm presuming they've gone with a 4-4-2. They're going to have to start pushing up, and then United love to counter-attack. It's their style of play a lot of the time, especially against the big teams, so they'll have no problem counter-attacking with success in this game. So Brighton have got to manage their tactics well, because if they maybe push too far forward for a goal so early on, it could cause some gaps in the Brighton defence. As Luke Shaw has the ball in a throw-in, as Brighton did give the ball away once again. 10 people in the stream, thank you very much. Maguire to Matic, just inside the United half. Has Paul Pogba. Wan-Bissaka's gone forward on his right. He'll use Greenwood to maybe supply that ball to Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and he has done. Aaron Wan-Bissaka tries to take on Dan Burn, nearly falling over. Tries to get the cross, and it's blocked by Dan Burn in the end and out for a throw. Towards this corner flag on the right-hand side. Paul Pogba to Wan-Bissaka. Regains the ball from the throw. Pulls it back on the edge to Greenwood. Has to go behind him towards Lindelof, who's pushed forward. Across to Matic. Harry Maguire can bring it forward for Manchester United. It's Rashford. Goes to Wan-Bissaka on the right. A lot of space. Poor touch though. Bounces off the thigh of Wan-Bissaka and out for a throw for Brighton. He'll be disappointed with himself with that. Shouldn't have been able to keep that on the pitch. Wan-Bissaka, I think he's had a very successful season. Only 3 assists though this season in the league. I think United fans wanted more from him in that department. But I mean, in terms of his defensive work, especially against Sterling, when I've seen him play against Sterling, I think only once where they were on level playing field in terms of Sterling took him on a few times and beat him, but then also got tackled a few times. But majority of the time, he wins his duels. But he has just been taken on by Connolly and just wins it fantastically from behind Aaron Wan-Bissaka to stop any kind of counter-attack. That was fantastic from Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Because going in from behind tackling only usually leads to one result, and that's a foul, because getting around a player or getting through the legs of a player to nick the ball is really tough, but he's just done that with ease. And Luke Shaw has the ball on the left for United now. Matic, just in between the two centre-backs, can bring it forward. Goes to Lindelof on the far right. Again, Wan-Bissaka's pushed up. Will he use him? He'll go on a run Lindelof. Taking on Basuma. And try to take on Stevens, but has been intercepted. And Brighton can come out of the ball with a long clearance by Dan Burn towards McAllister. Can't win the header on Harry Maguire. Sorry, that was Connolly. And United do have the ball back. With Brighton trying... I don't know what they're... I don't know if they're going with a 4-4-2, but they're not pressing United, and that's what the problem was with the goal. They didn't press Greenwood and just let him shoot easily, and in the end, that's what caused the goal, just not getting onto United, and it seems like that's the problem. They're not pressing them enough. As Maguire has the ball, goes to Shaw, and can't use Matic in the middle. We'll have to go back to Maguire. Wan-Bissaka is staying in that kind of right wing role as a switch. Is found Greenwood perfectly, tries to head it down to Wan-Bissaka, and Dan Burn can deal with it in the corner. Cannons off Wan-Bissaka and kept in by Greenwood, it seems. What a fantastic touch to not let it go out for a throw-in. And it's Pogba on the far right towards the final third of Brighton. Fernandes, Matic around the corner to Luke Shaw. Will he use Rashford? He won't in the end, and he will just lay it off to him and find a 1-2. Luke Shaw in behind, has to pull it back. Can't find a man in red. And comes out to the edge of the box to Pogba in the end. Lays it off to Fernandes on the edge of the box, deflects in. It's a goal. It seemed like it was going to be able to be kept out by Matt Ryan. But in the end, he fails to do so. And a deflected strike from Bruno Fernandes, the golden boy in Manchester, doubles the lead at the Amex Stadium. Good play from Rashford and Luke Shaw down the left. A nice 1-2. Luke Shaw is a poor cutback. Didn't find anyone in the box. And he just trailed down the edge of the box to Pogba. And he was able to lay it off to Bruno Fernandes, who shot and he was deflected. Luke Shaw may have been offside from the 1-2. They'll have to check that. He came to the edge of the box on the right. Found Fernandes. It was nearly closed down by McAllister. Wasn't quick enough at all. It deflects off his boot. Bounces. I think it just clips off the post. And it's 2-0 United for now. But VAR will check it. Yeah, it bounces off McAllister, who wasn't quick enough to close down Bruno Fernandes on the edge of the box. It's really poor from the Argentine. Yeah, cannons off him completely. Wrong foot's the goalkeeper. He can't keep it out, unfortunately. And it is a goal, no offside, says VAR. And United have got a 2-goal lead, but poor defending from Brighton once again. As United have now got a throw-in as well, due to Brighton going long from their kick-off. There we go, 2-0. Obviously, it was going on target. It was going to be easily saved by Matt Ryan if the shot was allowed to go all the way through. Brighton have won the ball back from Manchester United. But McAllister just kind of trotted over to Fernandes, and then when he realised, I've got to get over quicker, it was too late. His cannons off his foot, spins into the corner. So it will go down as a Fernandes own goal, I'm pretty sure. So Montoya has it down the line. Intercepted by Luke Shaw, but bounces off Matic from his touch. And Lamptey's down the right. He needs to find the right pass to Basuma. Lays it off to McAllister. Back to Dale Stephens. Could Brighton cause some kind of threat to United? It's Lamptey. One-on-one with Shaw. Can he find his way in the box on the right? Gets a crossing, deflected to the edge. McAllister can bring it down. Get past Matic, shoots. Good block from Harry Maguire. To Proper. Goes down the line for Lamptey. Gets there at a Pogba. All over him, Lamptey. All over him, Pogba, on Lamptey. And it seems like Pogba is against that decision from the linesman, but it seemed like it was a foul to me. It was all over Lamptey, the man on loan from Chelsea. Fantastic against Leicester as well. I thought he was going to be taken off early due to his face injury he got. But let's have a look at it again. Down the line, near the corner flag, gets his body in front. And how can Pogba have a problem with that? He's holding him back with two arms and pulling him back. So the fact he wanted to sarcastically kind of laugh at the decision there, I think it's wrong from Pogba because he had his arms all over him. It's a good positioned just in front of the corner flag on an angle for Brighton to get a ball in. They've got Lewis Dunk 6'4", Shane Duffy 6'4", Dan Burns 6'6". Can he find one of them? McAllister crosses towards the back post where there's no Brighton players, but it's headed away. Always finds Basuma on the edge of the box. Stevens dinks it to McAllister. Over the top towards Lamptey in the box. Nicely intercepted by Marcus Rashford doing his defensive duties. And United come out of the ball. Greenwood on the left. Finds Pogba on the edge of the box. Brighton players having to retreat now. It's Lindelof. Lays it back off to Pogba. And slowing down any kind of counter-attack for now. This is Paul Pogba. Inside the Brighton half. Start to come forward with it with Maguire. Bruno Fernandes. First time ball around the corner looking for Marcus Rashford. I think it cannons off a Brighton man, so it will be a United throw-in. But if you are new, please subscribe and make sure you're here on Thursday. 8:05 start for the stream. 8:15 kickoff. You want to be here. It's going to be, I think it's going to be an electric stream. So make sure you're here. Maguire has it. I think they were talking about how the ball may have gone out. I don't know if that was for the second goal that Greenwood kept it in. He may have been out. I'm not sure. There's a switch to Rashford. He's kept it in, but he's poked it down the line. Always finds Montoya, who's met with Luke Shaw. And a foul. I think a free kick's been given for offside on Luke Shaw, who tried to push forward for Manchester United. But it might have been for the second. I think it was for the second goal. When Greenwood was able to keep it in. I think it was for the first, actually. Greenwood kept it in from a Wan-Bissaka block on the Dan Burn clearance, and obviously he's cut inside, done a few step-overs and buried it into the bottom corner, so may have not actually should have stood that first goal. Good finish from Greenwood, but I think it did look like he may have gone out of play. As Matt Ryan will take this free kick from the Luke Shaw offside, down the right towards Proper, heads it down to Stevens, dispossessed by Luke Shaw. Rashford's heavy pass towards Fernandes being dispossessed by Basuma. Can bring Brighton forward. McAllister back heeling, looking for Connolly. Poor use of skill from McAllister, and Lindelof can intercept. Shaw back to Maguire. Has to make a decision of where he puts this ball and plays down the line to Rashford. Lays it back off to Maguire right in the corner flag. Just needs to hoof it away. Not very convincingly done though by the captain of United. Headed forward by Duffy. Connolly's one-on-one with Matic. He's able to bring it down. And Lamptey's been released by Proper. Can't quite keep the ball in. And it's out for a goal kick for Manchester United. Interesting use of trying to get out of a sticky position there, United. Maguire was able to get it to Rashford and just bounced it back towards him. Struggled to bring it down. Maguire and then struggled to clear it as well. That's what caused the opportunity. And obviously as well, no Neil Maupay in the starting 11. I don't know if they were going for a pressing game, so they decided to go with Connolly instead. But I mean, the pressing from Brighton has been nearly on non-existent, so I feel like that change was a little necessary. Because Neil Maupay, 9 goals, 2 assists, top goal scorer for Brighton this year in the Premier League and in all competitions. Why would you not start him in this game? Especially after such a good performance against Leicester. As United have come out with a ball from the goal kick, and it's Luke Shaw just surpassing the halfway line. Lays it off to Rashford. Will make that run, but Rashford will instead go for a diagonal switch towards Fernandes. Hits the head of Shane Duffy, but falls to a United player from that clearance. It's Rashford down the left again. Maguire. If you've got any comments on the stream, if you enjoy it, if you think there's anything I can add or improve, please let me know how you're finding it so I just get a gauge of if you're enjoying this stream. That'll be much appreciated. It's like a review kind of thing, if you don't mind. As Luke Shaw has it, as United attempt to get through this Brighton defence, and they know they can do it. They've done it twice already. So United won't be in any rush to start, mounting any attacks that could cause them danger in the defensive areas if they lose the ball. So, having especially a 2-goal cushion as well, just makes it easier, especially when they're going to dominate possession, United, so they don't have to worry about that. As Fernandes goes for a long ball over towards Martial, can't win his header on Dunk, but Dunk's header only falls as far as Rashford. He loses it to Proper. And Stevens can help it onto Montoya, heads it down to Lamptey. He's able to keep the ball and use his strength magnificently there, Lamptey. Not the tallest of players, but was able to, get around there, get around the United players as he tries to win a ball back from a long switch from a Brighton centre-back. Nowhere near him, asking way too much of Tariq Lamptey, and he goes out for a goal kick for United. But I like what I've seen with Tariq Lamptey, I really do. It's only his third appearance in the league. He made one appearance where he played, I think, 31 minutes against Arsenal for Chelsea, and then played the full 90 minutes against Leicester last Tuesday for Brighton. And, he's got strength, pace, power. He knows when to make runs. He knows when to stay back, when to, maybe try and charge forward. And I'm liking the look of him. It looks like Frank Lampard's got a good fullback and maybe winger on his hands there. De Gea still not taking the goal kick yet. And he'll go long this time, looking for Martial up front. Can't win his battle with Shane Duffy in the end. And it will go to Matt Ryan. Dale Stephens will pick it up from the goalkeeper. And it's a poor pass looking for Basuma. It goes under his foot. And United can attack. Pogba. To Martial. Has space. Waiting for his options though. He'll go back to Pogba. Shaw down the left. Just goes inside and backwards to Maguire. Switches it to Wan-Bissaka. Got space on that right hand side. Brings it down. Goes to Matic. Maguire will bring it forward. I'll read that comment just in a second. Maguire fed it into Rashford. On the edge of the box, goes for a shot. A little wayward from Marcus Rashford. Wide of the post. Still hasn't scored since the restart. Marcus Rashford. You can see the idea what he's cutting from the left like he wants to do in all the games. But that shot was just wayward in the end. Pratik Panda. I hope I said that right. No nonsense and a great commentary. Can visualise the match by just listening. Thanks a ton, mate. That is a fantastic comment. I'm very glad that you can visualise the game from my commentary. That's my main aim. From this is Brighton try and play out from the back. End up having to kicking out for a throw and right in the final third. Messing around there from Lewis Dunk. Yeah, that's what my main aim is. So you can visualise in your head what is going on in the game. Not just going, he's had a shot. He's passed it to him. I want to tell you where he is on the pitch. It's like Lindelof now. Just inside the Brighton half, and he plays it back to Maguire, who's on the halfway line. So I'm very glad you've said that, and thanks for the nice little review there, which I asked for. Thank you very much. But is there anything that you think can be added to this stream? If you can think of anything, please let me know. I'll take any kind of constructive criticism or improvements to the stream. As United have lost the ball with Greenwood, and it's McAllister who could try and bring it forward, but clattered to the ground by United men, and United can spring another attack. It's Rashford down the left, inside the Brighton half. He's got Luke Shaw making that run once again, but we'll use Fernandes instead. Around 25 to 30 yards out is Bruno Fernandes. Goes inside to Martial, met by Dunk. Nice tackle from Lewis Dunk. Born in Brighton, captains Brighton. Brighton through and through. Lewis Dunk as proper can bring it forward and wins a foul. I think tackled and brought down by Luke Shaw just inside his own half. And a little bit of breathing space for Brighton, I think. We're 5 minutes plus added on time for still half time, and I feel like Brighton need it quick. They need to regroup and have a rethink of what they're doing. So we do have Duffy on the ball. Back to Matt Ryan. Dunk. Back towards Duffy again. On his other side. Montoya. Basuma. Nice turn. Sending away Fernandes and takes on Rashford nicely. Proper down the right. Looking for Lamptey in the final third. Cleared away first time from Maguire. No nonsense defending. Just clearing it first time. Good skill from Basuma. Completely sent Bruno Fernandes. And then nearly, made Rashford slip. Didn't quite fall to the ground, but did make him slip. As Basuma is on the ball again and tries to dink it over the top, looking for the run of McAllister. De Gea has entered the attack try to intercept the attack and sees it out for a goal kick for himself. See what they were trying to do there, Brighton, with the ball over the top, but De Gea was straight in there to see the ball out for a goal kick. McAllister was close to him, but was never really going to nick the ball away from the Spaniard. They have taken the goal kick. bit quicker than usual. It's Maguire to Shaw on this left, down the line to Rashford, brought down by Montoya, wins a free kick just inside their own half. Manchester United just inviting the pressure of Montoya just to knock him down. Again, smart play from the winger Marcus Rashford. We are just under 3 minutes away from half time. Still got a little bit added on time, but I can't imagine there being much of it. As Matic has the ball to Rashford again on the halfway to Shaw. Matic is being forced to have the ball once again. Again, just sitting in between the two centre-backs. When they're in possession, Matic does do that. Just sits in between the two centre-halves and feeds the ball out to the wingers and the midfielders, as Fernandes is one of the ones who just picked up the ball. Inside to Pogba, lays it off to Rashford, finds Martial in space, in the box, tight angle, will have to look back. He's got Wan-Bissaka and Greenwood there. He won't use him. He'll keep the ball, needs to release it, does go behind him to Greenwood, just on the edge of the box. Greenwood to Pogba on the far right, inside to Wan-Bissaka, brings it down for Pogba again. Tries to lay it off to Martial in the box, intercepted nicely by Dunk, and Brighton can set away on a counter-attack just before half-time. Greenwood tracks Connolly back, bundles him to the ground. Free kick for Brighton, finishing that counter-attack. Will he get booked for that, Greenwood? I don't think he will. Too long, though, from Martial and the ball there on the right-hand side of the box. He needed to release it quicker, but when they did get it in the box, Pogba should have really picked out a better pass than he did. It was too easy to intercept for Lewis Dunk. And from the free kick, on the left-hand side, around 20 yards inside the half from the halfway line. So they could easily just dink this in and maybe look for any flick-ons from any Brighton defenders. They'll go to the right to Stevens again. And we'll go to this far right-hand side for Proper to put in a good ball on a good angle. Gets a crossing on the left foot towards Dan Burn at the back post. Can't win the header as he clutches his face. Is that just from disappointment of missing the header, or has he maybe been caught by Paul Pogba? As again he smiles again. Paul Pogba is just loving smiling in this game. See this ball again, Proper dinks it in. Everyone's onside, and Dan Burn does seem like he may have just been caught in the face there by Pogba. I don't know if it was intentional. Let's have a look here. Oh, an arm right across the face of Dan Burn. I don't know if that's a good enough shout for a penalty. It's clearly not, as they've continued with Luke Shaw. But that was a nasty catch on Dan Burn's face there from Paul Pogba. And the fact he tried to smile and act like he didn't do anything is, again, just silly from Paul Pogba. I don't want to be one of those people who gets on Paul Pogba's back, but clearly struck the face of Dan Burn. As we have Bruno Fernandes, who's brought himself on the far right of the pitch. Goes towards Greenwood, intercepted, but only as far as Matic. Wan-Bissaka has space. Finds Pogba on the right-hand side. Can he look for a cross? Cuts back. On the edge of the box to Bruno Fernandes. First time ball. Easily cleared away by Dunk, and 2 minutes will be added on. I agree, I'm abroad in the Czech Republic, not watching, just listening to your commentary, and it's perfect for me. Fantastic. Great to hear. We are close to half-time, so if you want to stick around in the chat and put some questions to me, any of my opinions on anything, or just want to say anything, just let me know, because that's the best time to do it. As Matic has it on the halfway. Back to Lindelof. Maguire again. Lindelof. Wan-Bissaka making that run. Not really being closed down by any Brighton players. They do need to get in at 2-0 though, because 3-0 pretty much kills the game. And a fantastic switch from Pogba finds Rashford. Not inside the box as of yet, but he is now. Just inside the box, goes to the edge to Shaw. Fernandes, Shaw, Rashford. Fernandes again on this left. In the final third, can they try and push for that goal before half-time? Fernandes, Rashford, Fernandes. Maguire's pushed forward. Shaw's got space. He's going to look for a cross. Will instead just lay it off to Fernandes. 40 seconds till half-time. Rashford tries to take on Montoya. Good defending from Montoya, but Rashford holds his leg, but it was a good challenge from Montoya. Won the ball fair and square. So unless Rashford's maybe just collided with his leg and maybe a bit of a dead leg, that would be the only reason, because that wasn't a foul for me. To be fair, he did get the man first and then the ball off his knee, to be fair to Marcus Rashford. It actually came off his arm as well, so yeah, that probably was a free kick. I did get that wrong. So the referee's given it. Montoya can't have any complaints, and it is a free kick. Didn't need to see a replay for that, do apologise. Fernandes over in the final third, on the far left, just in front of the box, but 10 yards deeper. Be an in-swinger from Fernandes, so if he gets this in the right area where it bounces, and it just avoids everyone, it could easily slip to the back post for a goal. Headed away by Lamptey, though, in the end, the free kick from Bruno Fernandes, and it would go towards Matic on the edge of the centre circle, and that's where the referee will blow for half-time in the end. It's Brighton 0, Manchester United 2. And I'm so sorry, I've just seen it says second half at the top. I forgot to change it from the last stream. Oh, I can't believe I forgot to do that. Do apologise. But it doesn't matter. Half-time. 2-0. Dominant performance, to be fair, from United. I can't take that away from them. They've been fantastic. Let me try and have a go at this name. I do apologise if I get this wrong. Banjo. I can't. Aji Bomogun? I'm sorry if I've completely butchered your name. I do really apologise. You are the best. Well, thank you. That's probably one of the best comments you can get. Thank you very much. I'm glad you're enjoying. Sorry if I butchered your name, by the way. Ajeng Bomagun? I'll call you Banjo for sure, if that's okay. If you are new, please subscribe. I don't think I've gained a new subscriber as of yet, but I'm not sure because what I use for a live subscribe account isn't currently working. I'll try and get a new one now. But if you've got any questions or any comments you want to make, I'd make them now just because it's half time and obviously I have more chance of reading them now and actually have a discussion with you. Alright, so let's have a look. Football commentaries. There I am. Still on the 381. If I could gain a new subscriber maybe this stream, that would be fantastic. But we are at half time, and I'm just going to put into some perspective of how, not how well, but Brighton have had a little bit of success over United in the Premier League. So Brighton, first Premier League game against United was only in 2017, where they did only lose 1-0 away at Old Trafford due to a Lewis Dunk own goal. So, struggling to subscribe. What's the name of your channel? It's Football Commentaries. It should be down below. Red button says subscribe. If you can't subscribe through that way, just put in Football Commentaries. It should come up top. Hold on, I've got to be careful how I do this. Yeah, right behind me. That's how you spell it. If you can't see, but there should be a red button down below where you can subscribe. I'm sorry about the hair as well, guys. Shocking. Yeah, either YouTube Football Commentaries or there's a red button down below, and if that's not working, maybe tomorrow just come back, subscribe, and just be here for 8:05 on Thursday. Man City versus Liverpool, and then you can come watch this, and hopefully it'll work by then. But for now, don't worry. If it's not working, don't worry about it. It's okay. As well, in the description, if you don't mind clicking the Football Manager series and just having a look at the latest episode, even if you just click on it to have a look and not even watch it, just give me a view. That'll help massively for the stats of that number. And then I think my podcast that I did, I think 10 episodes with during the lockdown period. That's there if you're interested. Some of the stuff we spoke about was quite topical, but you know it's still relevant, I'd say, to now. I'm just going to quickly turn my light on. I'll let you back in 2 seconds, so don't go anywhere. See how that looks? Should look a little bit lighter. There we go. Much better. But yeah, like I was talking about the head-to-head, they've had some success, Brighton. They have, not from the last two games, they have lost 2-1 and 3-1 at Old Trafford, respectively. But from that first meeting, because obviously they've only had 5, this is their 6th in the Premier League. They haven't played before this. They won 1-0 at home at the Amex. Pascal Gross goal. It was United's first visit to the Brighton since November 1982. And then after that, Brighton 3, United 2. Murray, Duffy, and Gross again with the goals. Lukaku and a Pogba penalty were the goals for United that day, and was also De Gea's 400th appearance for United. But they've had some decent success, not really as much now, because including this game and the last 2, they're losing by 2, and they've lost by 1. So not great, but they have had some success. Pascal Gross, who's on the bench, I'm surprised he didn't start. He's had some great success over United in the years. He's scored in the 1-0 win at home. Scored in that 3-2 win. Scored in the 2-1 loss away. That's 3 goals, that. So Brighton, it's just a hit and miss with Brighton against United. Obviously, they played in the FA Cup as well during that first season where they played them in the league, and that was 2-0 to United. Lukaku and Matic with the goals. That was in an FA Cup quarter-final at Old Trafford as well. Not much history, though, compared to the other games I've done. They've only played each other 22 times. This is the 23rd time. Brighton have won 3 times. 2 of the times I've already mentioned. 5 draws and 14 United wins. A lot of them have come in like the league and in the old divisions. So like their first meeting was in the FA Cup in 1909, where United won 1-0 in the FA Cup, and then they didn't play each other for 70 years. And that was in the 6th of October 1979, and it was called League Division 1 back then. And yeah, they've not got a rich history this fixture, but hopefully in the upcoming years, if Brighton can stay in the division, they should have a lot more fixtures put to that head-to-head history list, hopefully. But yeah, United unbeaten in the first 9 games in the fixture, scoring 16, conceding 4, winning 7. So other than the 2 losses they've had in the last 5 meetings in all competitions, or if you want to put it that way, Brighton, they've done okay, United, in the history of this fixture. So I think it just depends on the day what you get from this game. If Brighton are on it, unlike today, you'll get a good battle from Brighton. But when they're not on it, you can see it's like today they're getting walked over by Manchester United, unfortunately. But I think there'll be more goals if they can get the first goal in this second half. The game's wide open. And Banjo has subscribed as well. Thank you very much. I just saw that on my phone. So thank you very much for that. Hopefully that will come through soon. Or if it already has, that's fantastic. Let's have a look at the fantasy league. Got a little bit of fantasy points. I'm doing alright this week, to be fair. Fernandez is my captain and he scored, and it's gone down as his goal. That's fantastic. I'm on 383, so I've gained 2. So that's fantastic as well. My sub count is deciding not to work, so I'm just going to close that down. That's pointless to have. So yeah, thank you for everyone who has subscribed. Yeah, Pope with 9 points. He got a clean sheet yesterday. Doherty, 6 points. Got a clean sheet for Wolves. Fernandez, 12 points. Traore only 1 point, but he did make an impact against Villa, so I'm a bit annoyed by that. Jimenez only 2. Danny Ings with 13. That's buzzing. That's my team if you want to have a quick look. So I forgot Fernandez was my captain, so I'm buzzing he scored. If I'm going to be honest. I have a league with 7 or 6 other mates of mine, and the table hasn't refreshed with the new points, but I'm 5th out of 7, and I should be climbing that table pretty soon, hopefully. Oh, and I forgot to stop the timer. Oh god. Oh well. If any of this happens, like where I forget to do something, like stop the timer, change it from half time to second half, or second half to first half, like this stream, just let me know. I'm not gonna have a go at you for pointing it out. I'll be like, thank you, because it's one thing I need to start really drilling on myself. Just remember to change half time score and the scoreboard as well. So see what if anyone's saying anything about the game. We do have a bit of like a meme check at the half time, see if there's any jokes coming out of the game. But I don't think there is. Nothing meme worthy's happened. It's just Greenwood's getting praised quite a lot, which is fair enough. His goal was good, but it looked like that he may have not been able to keep the ball in when he did keep the ball in, because Danburn cleared it on the left and then it bounced off Wan-Bissaka and it kind of like spinned, so it stayed in for United. And I was like, Greenwood's done amazing to keep that in. That seemed like it was impossible to keep in play. And my impossible query might have been correct, because it seemed like it did go out, but you just don't know. Can't change it now. Hopefully, you like the shirt as well. Barcelona's third shirt. It divides opinion, especially between my parents. One really likes it, and one really hates it. So it's a mixed bag. I like it though. I like the colour. We're close to half time once again. And as well as for Brighton, obviously they're not. I think they're going to be safe. 15th, 33 points. 16th is Watford, who are on 28 points behind them. So the 5-point gap, even with this game in hand anyway. The only ones that can come close to them are Aston Villa, Bournemouth and West Ham. Aston Villa can't because they've already played their 32nd game. But West Ham and Bournemouth, if they get 3 points, then Brighton are only going to be 3 points ahead of them. Teams like that. So they do need to be careful. Brighton, they have got Norwich away next in the league. Then Liverpool at home and City at home. So if you look at them games and how they're performing against United at home, the only game where they're going to look like they could pick up any kind of points is Norwich away. So I think that's a must-win for Brighton, because then that takes them to 36 points, and the gap and the projected points that teams go for if they're kind of questioned with relegation is 40 points. So a big step will be taken if they could get 3 points against Norwich away in the next game. But again, Norwich, they put up a good fight against United at the weekend. An unfortunate 118th Maguire winner was the deficit in that game, and they had 10 men as well for that full extra time. So it'll be a tough game. That it'll be a mixed bag. We are close to half time. I mean, at the end of half time, should I say? United stand 28k watching. Mad. Any predictions for subs? What do you mean by that? Any predictions for subs? Like how many subs I'm going to get, or I'm not sure what you mean by that. Chris, if you just want to rephrase that question, and I'll answer it. Any predictions for subs? If you mean in terms of how many subs I want to get, then I'm not sure. But yeah, sorry, I don't understand the question. But if you're talking about how many subs that I'm predicting I want to get, then if that is right, I'll answer that, because it's not an easy question to answer, but I can come up with an answer. It seems like with the Greenwood keeping the ball, and I think it was the second goal where it was Fernandes and Greenwood, because I thought it was Greenwood's first goal, because it looked like he kept the ball in and then cut in, but there was a large passage of play when Greenwood kept that ball in. So obviously I've got that wrong. I do apologise again. But I think the reason why they can't really go back and check if it was actually went out of play is because the ball was played backwards, so it's like a restart of play, I think they call it. So teams are back out, or they're returning back out. Graham Potter was having a word to Neil Maupay, so he might be coming on, or well, they have to do something, because that was just so I was really impressed with Brighton in that game against Leicester. 0-0, defended really well, Won a penalty, obviously missed by Malpay, but they had a few chances of their own. You know, it was a performance. You know, you can't you know, not praise, because they went there. I'm presuming they were going for a point, and they got it. I've tried to nick 3 on the counter attack, and they nearly did that. Before the start of the second half, Chris Martin, if you want to try and rephrase that question of any predictions for subs, then please do. If you just mean like how many subs I think I'm gonna try and get, then if that is your question, just let me know. But we are starting the second half with a kickoff for Brighton. It looks like we need Malpay to take it, so it looks like he has come on. I can't spell. There we go. My mind gets in the way, so I have to like type like this. So, yeah. We have started though with Brighton on the left, with Basuma. Big tackle from Wan-Bissaka. And it's a throw-in for Brighton. I'm going to get this time started. I do have to start at 0 again. There we go. Started. As they have took that throw-in, to come back to Dan Burn from the clearance from Lindelof. Basuma. I will answer your question in a minute. Chris, I've seen that you've rephrased it. Dunk to right, okay. Sorry, not for the channel, for the team. Right, okay. Substitutions, will there be 5 subs? FA Cup, they are allowed 1 extra if it goes for extra time, like United games did. So 5 subs for each team. I feel like the more we play, as United have regained the ball, Brighton will try to go down the line. Connolly couldn't get in the end of it, and Lindelof could lay it back off to De Gea. But I feel like the more we play, like the more games you do from this restart, the less they'll use those 5 subs. Because sometimes when you use 5 subs, you're pretty much changing half of your team, just under half of your team. So sometimes it can disrupt any flow that you've got, as Basuma can run at the defence of United and can spray it out wide right to Montoya. Can dink a ball in on the left boot, falls to McAllister, who gets it in behind. Cleared away from Maguire, only as far as Rashford. And I think Lamptey's come off for Malpay, by the way. That's the sub that has been made. So Brighton has made one of their subs. Yeah, I've just had a look at that. So it looks like they will go flat 4-4-2 with Connolly and Malpay up front. And then McAllister will be going out wide. And Trossard's come on, actually. So they made 2 substitutes. I think I'll have to have a look. They've not said anything. So I will come back to you in a minute. But Montoya down the line to McAllister, tries to get a cross in. A lot more urgency from Brighton. Attacking a lot more, but he's blocked from Shaw and he clears it off Montoya and out for a throw. Right, so let me try and have a look at what they've done here, Brighton. So Proper and Lamptey have come off. Malpay and Trossard are off. So they've gone 4-4-2. Matt Ryan, Duffy, Dunk centre-back. Burn left-back, Montoya right-back. Trossard, McAllister out wide, with Stevens and Basuma in the middle, and then Malpay and Connolly up front. That's what they've gone with. Basuma has been fouled on the edge of the box here. So free kick, I think it's... He won the ball from the throw-in for United. Very well done from Basuma. He's looked okay today. And just missed-time challenge from Shaw, try to go for the ball. He committed a foul. It's on the right-hand side. So it'll be a good area to get a cross in. I've already mentioned the height that United do have height, but that Brighton have as well. They're booked as well, Luke Shaw. But yeah, sorry for misunderstanding your question. Yeah, your question doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm just reading it wrong. The cross will be put in from McAllister, number 10. It's an outswinger towards Duffy, headed away though by a United defender. As far as Stevens will go across to Montoya. Basuma will switch it on the right. Dunk and Duffy go for it, and they can't win the headers between them. And Matic can send away Greenwood on the counter-attack on the left. Fantastic ball from the Serbian. It's Greenwood dinks it towards Fernandes at the back post. It's a fantastic volley, and it is trademark Ole Gunnar Solskjaer United with a counter-attack goal. It's a lovely dinks ball from Greenwood from a lovely supplied pass from Matic. And it is Brighton 0, United 3. And any momentum that Brighton were trying to build from the start of this half is completely been washed away. What a ball from Matic though. It's like a volley kind of glided past to Greenwood. Dinked to the back post. Dan Burn was dragged over. Couldn't get back out quick enough to block the shot of Fernandes. And on the volley, ran onto it. And slammed it across goal. Past Matt Ryan. Nothing the Australian can do to stop it. And it's a fantastic counter-attacking goal from United. Watched the ball all the way. Dropped onto his foot. Lashes onto it. And it's Brighton 0. Manchester United 3. Lovely goal. Goal and an assist for Greenwood. And 2 goals for Fernandes tonight. Is there not any English games broadcast in Czech Republic? I don't know. That's a question Chris is going to have to answer. Interesting that. As Dan Burn has got the ball inside the Brighton half. Down the line to Trossard. Turns. Finds Malpay down the line. Holds the ball up and has to go back to Basuma. Tackle nicely from Fernandes. And Pogba can set away Martial. Flicks it. Deflected, looking towards Rashford, that deflected flick. But Brighton can win the ball back with Montoya. Lays it back off to Matt Ryan. Clears it long towards Malpay, and he comes out of it in the end. 1-on-1 with Wan-Bissaka. Fernandes coming to support the defensive work. Down this left. Good tackle from Fernandes. Back-heeled nicely from Wan-Bissaka. And it's now Matic on the edge of the box. Poor ball from Matic, and Brighton have the ball back. Round 30 yards out is Trossard. Malpay. McAllister. Inside to Trossard. Out wide to Basuma. Cuts in. Oh, tries to find Trossard in the centre of the pitch. Can't quite do so with a overhit pass, and United can come out with the ball once again. Shaw lays it off to Rashford on the halfway. Inside to Greenwood, and lays it off to Bruno Fernandes on the right. Wan-Bissaka. Back to Fernandes, just slowing down the pace a little bit. 3-0 quality Gregory. I'm presuming you're a United fan. But Chris, can you get any English games televised in Czech Republic where you are? Like, are you able to see any on any like TV channels, or are you literally stuck with can't watching any? I'm just interested because someone asked that question, so I'll ask it as well. Try and get an answer. I think Duffy's give the ball away for Brighton here for a throw-in. Shaw will take it. So I'm just checking if we're getting any subscribers. Still on 383, which is fantastic. 17 away from 400, which is great as well. Maguire, a long switch to Wan-Bissaka. Can he bring it down? He can as well. What a touch from Wan-Bissaka to Greenwood. Pogba. Wan-Bissaka back to Lindelof. Wan-Bissaka had a bit of space there as well to run into his touch, that he was somehow able to keep that passing play. Obviously slowed down that counter-attack that was on the right-hand side. But it's Greenwood. Cuts back. Lays it out to Pogba. Another switch from Pogba. He loves doing those switches across the opposite ends of the field. Couldn't quite pull that one off to Rashford. He can't keep it in, and it's a Brighton throw-in, which Montoya will take. But Leandro Trossard did come on. 3 goals and 4 assists this season. No goal in the league since the 18th of January against Villa. So not scored in a while, but can definitely bring a threat for Brighton. As he does an outside of the foot pass to Dan Burn down the left. What a ball from Trossard. He gets it across the box. Good cross into the arms of De Gea though. Too much weight on it in the end because Malpay was charging onto it. Went right in front of him and just couldn't get anything on it. And De Gea could easily catch with no questions at all for the Spaniard. Matic to Lindelof as United attempt to play out from the back. It goes to De Gea. Lindelof. Back to De Gea. Just playing it around the back here, United. They're not going to, rush anything, especially with a 3-goal lead and a fantastic performance. They won't want to throw this away. As it's Wan-Bissaka who gets it off Pogba on the edge of the box. They've done this nicely, United coming out. Nice skill for Wan-Bissaka. Tried to take on Dan Burn, but fell over his own feet. I thought he did, but apparently he may have been pulled back from Dan Burn. I thought Wan-Bissaka just fell over his own feet in the end, because he's done that a few times where he just lost balance, but clearly a foul, says the referee. I think it was the linesman actually who gave it in the end. Right, my subscriber account's now working, so I can see if anyone subs at any time. That's good. But 2 goals from Fernandes tonight and a Greenwood goal as well alongside his assist. It's been an all-round good performance, and United have really started to pick up form and regained or picked up the form that they had before the lockdown during the restart. This will be, I think, 15 unbeaten in all competitions. They haven't lost since a Burnley game, which was in January, a 2-0 loss. As they have lost the ball on the left, and Brighton can have a throw. Now to throw it back to Duffy. Lays it off to Ryan in his own box. Scurries it over to Dan Burn at left back. Lines it to Trossard. Tries to flick it behind him. Bounces off Lindelof. Out for a Brighton throw-in on the left-hand side. But Brighton had a decent start to the half as well. I know it was only the first 4 minutes of the half, but they were really getting at United and putting not too much pressure, but causing a little bit of threat of some sort, getting bodies forward. But one counter attack, as soon as they did push bodies forward, United pounced on it with deadly effect, with a lovely counter attack which involved Matic, Greenwood, and Fernandes primarily. As Wan-Bissaka's throw-in, tried to get flicked on by Greenwood, couldn't quite do that, and Brighton regained the ball. It's Trossard who dinks it back to his goalkeeper, Matt Ryan. To Duffy. Montoya. Dinked over the top, looking for Connolly or McAllister on that right, and couldn't quite do so. United have the ball. Fernandes, space in the midfield, tries to set off Anthony Martial, couldn't quite do so. And Rashford does keep it in from the tackle, right near the corner flag. Goes back to Fernandes, who's just on this left. Dinks a ball in, I think he's looking for the run of Pogba, who kind of started his run, hesitated and stopped. So that ball pings out for a goal kick in the end. Could see the thinking of Bruno Fernandes though, as Pogba did attempt to start a run but couldn't quite finish it off. Parker saying as well in that first half with the Martial hat-trick, it's the first hat-trick since Alex Ferguson left. I'm sure you heard this stat, but it's the first one since Robin Van Persie scored one against Aston Villa on the 22nd of April 2013. So 7 years United fans have waited for a Premier League hat-trick by one of their players. And what a hat-trick it was, despite it being in front of no fans. As Connolly's picked up the ball in a dangerous area and just needs to put a cross in towards McAllister at the back post. And couldn't quite do so, with no direction on it from the Irishman. And he's straight into the arms of De Gea. Good skill from Trossard, completely sending Lindelof, making him slip. And then they got it inside in the middle and then flicked onto the left to Connolly. And there's a ball on from McAllister at the back post, but in the end couldn't get that ball to the intended target. As United do have the ball back from Brighton do have the ball back from a long United kick. And it's Duncan who can come out of it. Dan Burn on the halfway, dinks it over to Connolly, does bring it down, pressured by Lindelof, gets it through the legs of Wan-Bissaka. And now it's to Trossard, who can get in front of Pogba and run at the United defence. He's been pulled down by Pogba. It's another foul. I'm surprised he's not been booked yet, Paul Pogba. He's done a few of them so far. Does commit the foul. Nice done by Trossard. That's what he can bring Trossard, a little bit of skill and flair. I'm sure you can get live games on TV. Nothing free to view. I don't have any subscriptions though, so I'm just enjoying the commentary here and I'll watch the highlights later. That's interesting. So you'd have to pay for the games. Okay, that makes sense. Because with this lockdown in the UK, they decided to free and put it out for free for a lot of people. As McAllister will take this free kick, tries it to Trossard, drills it in and shoots, and it's just wide. It's a good tactic from Brighton. It was on this left, and Trossard just peeled away and drilled it into him. McAllister caught Bruno Fernandes napping, drilled it into him, was able to turn and get a shot across goal, and it's literally inches wide from the Belgian. Oh, it's not far away. So yeah, like as part of like the easing of lockdown and I'm trying to get people to stay at home at the same time to watch the games, not go to the stadiums. They put out a lot of games free for people to watch. So, and this is one of them, but I decided to commentate it on it anyway, just in case people can't watch the game, like Chris, for example. De Gea does take the goal kick to Lindelof inside. To Martial's got a little bit of space and can lay it off to Luke Shaw, who will bring the ball forward for United inside the Brighton half. Lays back to Rashford, bounces off his leg, so Matic will take over. Back to Paul Pogba. This will take United. Well, they'll stay stay sixth, but we'll go level on points with Wolves. But on goal difference, they will go to fifth. On goal difference. So, positive for United as well, obviously having the better goal difference. And if they can try and get a few more, this could really help their goal difference come the end of the season. But they have given the ball away with Luke Shaw on that left, with Maupay on the ball, met by Paul Pogba, fouled again. And Brighton do take it quickly though with Basuma. Finds Montoya on this right-hand side. Can he find a cross? We'll go down the line to McAllister. Inside the final third. Dinks it in towards the back post where Trossard will go for the volley. A wild swing at the ball from the former Genk player. And we're out for another goal kick for Manchester United. If you haven't liked already, please do and subscribe. It'll just help me massively. And make sure after this stream you go and check out my Football Manager series. Even if you just go on the video and give it a view, that'll help me massively. Try and get the views up on that series. Because it is good. If you're into Football Manager, you'll definitely enjoy it. We're striding towards the playoffs with a National League team, which is the fifth tier of English football. De Gea took it to Lindelof. Wan-Bissaka. Fernandes. Tries to go inside to Greenwood, intercepted, but the Brighton pass was poor and they've given it to Pogba. Matic gives it, and Matic tries to give it to Wan-Bissaka on the right. It's too heavy of a pass and gives it straight back to Brighton, who can have the throw-in with Dan Burn, who will go back to Lewis Dunk. Over to his centre-back partner of Shane Duffy. Shane Duffy, 128 Brighton appearances, 129th tonight. One to forget, I'm sure. Does have 8 goals, though, for the club. As it's Dan Burn. Goes inside and gets it around the corner, looking for Maupay. Can't quite win it. But Dale Stephens tries to win the ball back for Brighton after a heavy touch from him. And loses the ball to Paul Pogba. He tries to find a ball towards Luke Shaw, but sets off McAllister instead. Maupay, heavy touch, skips past Luke Shaw though in the end. And finds Montoya out wide, or tries to, but the pass has no power on it at all. And Fernandes can bring it away for United. Finds Rashford on the left, running at the Brighton defence. A heavy touch from Rashford, poor from the number 10 of Manchester United, and Duffy can tackle and away for a throw-in for Manchester United. Poor touch from Rashford. I've not been impressed with him, if I'm going to be honest, in terms of... I think he got 2 assists against Sheffield United, which is obviously great, but I mean, on the ball, I've not been too impressed with him, like especially tonight. I thought against Norwich he was a little quiet as well. But it looks like Bruno Fernandes will be replaced here. Yeah, he will be. I think he's getting rested for their next game, Manchester United, which is against Bournemouth on the 4th. So, sensible from Ollie. And it'll be a double substitution, actually. Sorry, I don't go on my phone. 26 points for Fernandes on Fantasy League, by the way. That's fantastic. Scott McTominay comes on for him, so I'm presuming that may allow Paul Pogba to push forward. But Pereira's come on as well, so it's a triple substitution, seems, for United. Brandon Williams comes on for Luke Shaw. So Brandon Williams, his 13th league appearance of the season. He's made 9 starts. One was versus Brighton, and that was his first one. So Pogba, Fernandes and Luke Shaw are off. So Pogba's actually been replaced. Pereira, McTominay and Brandon Williams on for Manchester United. So good rotation from Solskjaer. No point keeping players on with 25 minutes to go when you're 3-0 up and cruising. No point risking it. So smart from the Norwegian manager. Obviously formerly managed Molde FK in Norway and also Cardiff for a very brief spell of 9 months in the year 2014. As Greenwood has it, switched over to Matic. Will bring the ball forward. So Pereira will go in that more of attacking role, so where Fernandes was playing. Maguire brings it forward to Brandon Williams, just inside the Brighton half. Rashford. Matic. Finds space, which Greenwood's in, and will switch it to Wan-Bissaka on the right. In the final third for Manchester United, he's in the box, on the far right, on the byline, dinks it in towards Brandon Williams, who heads it. And I think Montoya was the one who was able to block it over the bar. That could have been heading goal bound from the young Manchester United player. It's his 27th first team appearance, Brandon Williams. Only 19 as well. What a talent he can be in the future. Let's have a look. It's dinked in by Wan-Bissaka. He's looking for his 4th assist of the season. Dinks it. I think it would have been saved by Matt Ryan, but good block anyway. I don't know if Wan-Bissaka's got the assist for that Greenwood goal. I'm not sure. About to find out. So it will be the corner. I think it'll be Pereira to take it. It'll be an in-swinger. Maguire's in there. Can he get his 2nd goal in the league? 2nd in 2 games. Pereira. Poor corner straight onto the head of Shane Duffy, where his header is met by O'Connell and Connolly. Basuma can bring it out for Brighton. Malpe lays it off for Stevens. Trossard on this right has got space. Malpe bringing it forward for Brighton. McAllister. Dan Burn makes an overlap, won't use him in the end, just goes to his right instead to Stevens. Basuma. Stevens again, over to Lewis Dunk. Burn, down the line, can't be kept in by Trossard. Kills off that Brighton attack, and it'll be a Manchester United throw. You can just tell the depth of quality in the two teams. One just doesn't have enough of it, and the other has way more in abundance. As we're going to have another drinks break. I'm going to try and find out if that was an assist from Wan-Bissaka. It actually was. They gave the assist for that Greenwood goal. So that's his 4th assist for Wan-Bissaka. Pogba got the other one, obviously, for Fernandes. And then Greenwood with the Fernandes assist for his 2nd goal of the game. So they did give him the assist in the end. But that pass from Matic to kickstart that counter-attack was just wicked on a different level. That was so good. And then a lovely dink ball. Fernandes, it's just a lovely counter-attacking goal for United. Lovely finish. Pereira as well. 1 goal, 3 assists in the league. Played his first minutes since their Chelsea win away on the 17th of February. He played his first minutes against Sheffield since then. So good for him to get minutes once again. And actually scored in the reverse fixture in their 3-1 win at home. McTominay and Rashford also scored in that game. And that meant United remained unbeaten in 12 at Old Trafford against Brighton. So all around, good performances brought by Pereira against Brighton in this fixture this season so far. As we do restart from the drinks break. And it's Dale Stevens on the ball. Drills it into Trossard, who's got Basuma on the left overlapping. Can he use him? He'll go inside instead to Connolly on the edge of the box. Curls it. Good save from David De Gea. It's a shot with venom by Connolly, but it was met by the strong right hand of David De Gea. Trossard had Basuma to his left. Didn't decide to use him in the end. Decided to go in to Connolly, who's played on side by Lindelof, right on the edge of the box. On that semicircle, was able to get a shot away towards that right corner, but was saved fantastically by David De Gea. And it'll be crossed in, and it'll be an outswinger by McAllister, looking for a Brighton player headed away from Manchester United. Only as far as Stevens dinks the ball back in the box towards the corner taker of McAllister. Can't keep it in. Manchester United throw. Good save though from David De Gea. Connolly was able to turn in too easily and get the shot away. It was dipping, but good save from David De Gea, looking for his 10th clean sheet of the season. May have a round of applause by Bruno Fernandes. Seen a little bit of scrutiny, David De Gea, as Trossard breaks with the ball for Brighton. He can do a similar shot to Connolly, but instead drags it past the post. We hit the 70th minute. It was a good chance for Brighton, that. Broke away with Basuma just helping it onto Trossard. It's a similar position to where Connolly was, but instead of going for the top right corner, went for the bottom left and just dragged it wide, unfortunately for Brighton, as they still struggle to look for that first goal of the evening for them. As Matic can't clear it away more convincingly and only finds Stevens in the midfield. Montoya. Back to Duffy, he's in his own half. Dunk. Basuma. Inside to Maupay, who's dropped into like a centre attacking midfield position to win the ball. Has to lay it back behind him to Stevens. Basuma. Maupay. Stevens again. Montoya. Down the line in the final third towards McAllister. Gets his body in front of Maguire. Nothing done, says the referee, and it wasn't a foul anyway. And United can come out with the ball with, I think it's Greenwood on the left. Inside the United half, switches it to Wan-Bissaka, who's got a ton of space in the front of him, and he will use Rashford, and goes back to Lindelof and does not use that space he had in front of him, and just keeping the ball, Manchester United. Obviously, no need to rush anything with a 3-goal lead. It's Williams to Matic. If you're new, make sure you subscribe, notifications on for any new episodes of my Football Manager series with Stockport County and other commentaries that I'm doing in the future. Obviously, the next one is, as you can see in the top right, Manchester City versus Liverpool. You need to be here to watch that. That'll be a fantastic stream. And as well, after that, Arsenal v Leicester next Tuesday, and then the next Thursday after that is Aston Villa versus Manchester United. So United once again on the channel. Make sure you're here. A new subscriber as well, 384, fantastic. Whoever that was, if you want to put yourself in the chat, so I can thank you more personally, please do. As McTominay plays it to Maguire on his left. He finds Williams. Matic. All players behind the ball for Brighton against Manchester United. And the only one who's not behind the ball is Maupay, who's up front. Greenwood on the halfway line. Goes into Martial. Can hold it up. Oh, he's offside though from the position he won the ball. Matt Ryan will take. Sorry, I need a drink. Dunk. To Basuma. Inside the Brighton half here. I can't see them getting a consolation goal, but you never know. Connolly obviously pulled a fantastic save out of De Gea to avoid the loss of a clean sheet for Manchester United. Dunk. Over to Duffy. Inside the Brighton half. Matt Ryan switches it towards Dan Burn. 6'6". He's able to jump and keep it in. And lay it back to Lewis Dunk. Just keeping the ball, Brighton. They're actually well known for their passes this season, Brighton. They've made the 6th most passes in the league with 15,552. So they're known for their possession play and keeping the ball, Brighton. So this isn't anything new. And yeah, 6th most touches in the league with 21,811. So they're known for keeping the ball like this, Brighton, but they haven't been able to do much with it tonight, and they've just been completely out performed really by United. That's all that's happened today. Mason Greenwood has it to Pereira. Inside to Greenwood again. Has to look back to Lindelof. A little bit too much on it, so he has to turn back and then turn forward again to McTominay. If you are new, please subscribe. We've got 14 people in the stream. Please, we're so close to 400 and it will really help me out. As Pereira's been caught out in possession. And Maupay can slot through. Connolly, can he get in front of Matic? He can't and can clear it away for a corner. Good recovery from Nemanja Matic. They're in there as well. Poor possession play from Pereira. Just easily letting the ball go and getting tackled. And then Maguire's lack of pace led for Maupay to slot a ball in towards Connolly, but thankfully the covering Nemanja Matic was able to deal with the ball to prevent a goal for Brighton. But it will be a corner nonetheless for Brighton. Been outswinger again by McAllister, former Boca Juniors player. Played 20 games for them. Crossed in towards Duffy. His header well wide of the target and out for a goal kick with 15 minutes to go. Really poor though from Brighton, especially compared to their performance last Tuesday against Leicester. I was really impressed, as I did commentate on them last week. Yeah, I was just really impressed with the way they defended, but today, I think that may have just shown how much Leicester are struggling during the restart, because United, yes, they've played well, but, it's just been too easy for them. So Maguire has it from playing out from the back, gives it away as he tries to feed Mason Greenwood. It's now Trossard around the corner and dummied by Connolly to Maupay. Tries to find Trossard on the run, but falls back to Maupay. Strikes it deflected. Good strong right hand from David De Gea at the near post to prevent another goal for Brighton that could have been. Obviously no goals as of yet, but they've had a few could have been goals, but De Gea's been on it for every single one. A little bit of a dramatic save, to say the least, just to make sure he definitely palms it away, but better to make sure than to risk it and try and be clever with it. It's a poor corner from Brighton at the near post. He even bounced before it got to the front, the United man at the front post. 385, so new subscriber, whoever that was, massive thank you, really helping this channel grow. And we are now obviously 15 away from 400. That'd be a great landmark to hit. It's Matt Ryan with the ball though, as United did lose it in the end. Dunk, because everyone's back in position again. Back to Matt Ryan. Shane Duffy again. Over to Dunk. It's just a lot of passing from Brighton and nothing much with it. That's what they're struggling with. And sometimes they don't have the quality of players to keep the ball, like there where Dan Burn gave it away, but Lindelof was only able to clear it out for a throw-in for Brighton. So I wouldn't say they're struggling, Brighton, but in terms of the way they're playing, they've got a set way of playing and they're going to stick to it. But I mean, in terms of actually doing something with the ball, with how much they have it, they struggle. As a last double substitution for United, will be put in place here. Martial will be replaced and Rashford will be replaced by Dan James and Odion Agaldo. Dan James, like I said, haven't scored in the league since the 31st of August against Southampton, but did score in the last game before lockdown against LSK. Hasn't assisted as well in the league since December 28th against Burnley. Then obviously Odion Agaldo, fantastic loan signing. No goals in the league though as of yet in 6 sub-appearances, but does have 2 goals in the Europa League and 3 in the FA Cup. So really good signing for Manchester United. Just someone to bring off the bench. You can rely on maybe coming up with a goal here and there, as Connolly has been fouled on the halfway line by Brighton. And they'll have a 3 kick. Tried to say quickly, but Maupay decided to not do that in the end. I think it's off Wan-Bissaka, trying to get it booked, but as we are 78.5 minutes in, Brighton have the ball from the free kick. It's Trossard. Poor ball from Trossard. He's dispossessed by Pereira, and this could be another lethal attack for United. Pereira forced back by McTominay. Kills the counter-attack as Wan-Bissaka tries to relight the fire of the counter-attack, and he does so by taking on Trossard and also tries to get a cross in, but Basuma is there to block with a region of the body that isn't nice to block the ball with. I'm sure he didn't intend to block the ball with that area. That must have hurt bad. Let's have a look at the cross again. Let's get some scientific proof that it did hit. Oh, right. In that area where we all know is very painful, and oh my word. It's not even just struck it and like glanced it, it's full on whacked it and then had enough power on it to also cause a corner and to be deflected out for a corner. I thought it went out for a throw. Actually, a corner in the end. Pereira will take. It's a nasty one for Basuma, but he'll be okay. Well, like I said, Thursday, 8:05 will be the start of the stream. 8:15 will be kickoff. Make sure you're here. One of the biggest games of the calendar year. Two best teams in England, and possibly you could even say the world. Pereira puts the cross in, headed away by Shane Duffy. Connolly tries to hold it up from the throw-in, from the header away, and does so well to Trossard. He has to hold it up himself and lays it out to Basuma. Met by Pereira and takes him on nicely. On the halfway, goes inside to Stevens, who then finds Montoya on the right. Malpe, who's just slid to the right-hand side, tries to find McAllister to complete a 1-2, but Matic comes out of the ball and intercepts and is tripped up by Neil Malpe in the end, and it will be a free kick for Manchester United. A double substitution for Brighton will be made. Bernardo will be coming on, the Brazilian left-back. They're only full and out left back. Dan Burn is actually centre back, but has played left back for a majority of the season. He'll be coming on, and Aaron Moyer will also be coming on, the Australian, obviously on loan from Huddersfield. Has 2 goals this season. They both have come against Bournemouth, but in the home fixture and in the away fixture. So Dunk off and McAllister off. Bernardo can play centre back as well, but I'm presuming he'll go to left back and Dan Burn will come inside to play centre back. But he could just put Bernardo centre back, joined in 2018 from Leipzig. He can play centre back and he can play left back as well. So no matter what Graham Potter decides to do, both Dan Burn and Bernardo are comfortable in both positions of left back and centre back. Is Brandon Williams has it at left back. Matic, Dan James, Matic runs forward with the ball, finds Pereira just inside the semicircle of the United half, comes inside to the Brighton half and finds Greenwood in space. And Wan-Bissaka's in even more of it and finds Dan James, who's made a nice run, tries to get the cross in, blocked by Bernardo, headed away only as far as Wan-Bissaka, but hooked away from Dan Burn around the body of Wan-Bissaka. Well, McTominay takes over, takes on 3 Brighton players, tries to get an attempted cross in, but blocked by Basuma on the byline and out for a corner for Manchester United. But if you haven't liked, please do. We're on 3 at the minute. So if you could bump that up, that would be fantastic. But obviously, like I said, Maguire looking for 2 in 2. It'd be great if he could get it. Goes low, nice corner tactic. McTominay tried to hit it, but he was blocked by Basuma and can be cleared by Aaron Moy. Cheeky tactic that from United. And the clearance has got Connolly one-on-one with Brandon Williams on the counter-attack. Good defending, though, from the 19-year-old and can stop any kind of attack happening in front of him by Connolly. And it's tackled by Connolly, but advantage will be played. And what? It's a hi. Hello. If you're new, please subscribe. I hope you're enjoying the stream. It's McTominay. Picks up the ball just inside the United half. Good defending, though, that from Brandon Williams. Good clearance from Brighton on the corner to get him one-on-one. But fantastic defending. Bernardo as well. You know, not played a Prem game since the 22nd of February against Sheffield United and only played 1 minute of that game. And his last full 90 minutes was against West Ham on the 1st of February 2020. So, not too many minutes, but, you know, he's definitely, you know, he's going to be able to play a good 15 minutes against United, even though we've all got 7 of it left. Is Brandon Williams has been set away on the left-hand side here and plays an interchanging ball to Dan James, drills it along the ground looking for Odin Agalo. A strike from McTominay, bounces up off the ground. He needed a good reaction save from Matt Ryan to stop it from turning 4-0. Let's see what happened here. So there's a good ball in by Dan James, looking for Agalo, but Agalo wasn't quite ready for the ball. And it's deflected away by Bernardo to McTominay. It's actually deflected off the knee, I think, of Basuma. It's completely wrong foot. Matt Ryan once again, like the Bruno Fernandes shot when that was deflected, and was able to twist his body in a position to claw it away and to stop a certain goal for Manchester United. And they can come away with the ball. Brighton on the left with Dan Burn. Trossard turns. He's going to look for a ball inside. To Connolly's in the box, too much on it once again. And easily collected by David De Gea. Brighton is the best. Not at the minute. Not in this game. They are 3-0 down. But presuming you're a Brighton fan. And if you are, please subscribe. That would be fantastic. Literally weekly commentaries now. There's at least 2 a week coming since the start of the Premier League. So that'll be continued for as long as I can do it. And with Champions League also returning on, I think it's the start of August. I think it's the 7th of August. Let me just have a look. They've not said yet. Or they have said, but I can't quite find it. It's Dan James. He's in behind on the counter-attack in the box. On the right foot. Curls it straight into the hands of Matt Ryan. Nothing dangerous there. Really, especially the shot. But United was able to play out from the back and get Dan James away. But that's what I'm saying. He really does miss that finishing touch, man. Good ball over the top from Brandon Williams. Montoya couldn't intercept. And one-on-one with Shane Duffy was able to get around to get the shot away. But poor from Dan James. He really struggles with that. But yeah, Champions League, since that back, those commentaries will be back as well. As Odi Nagalo picks up the ball. Pereira to Dan James on the left. Running it, Montoya. Gets a shot away on his right towards the near post this time and easily saved by Matt Ryan once again. Basuma on the counter. Trossard to Maupay. Trossard's making a run down the left. Can he get there ahead of Wan-Bissaka? He can, and keep it in on the byline. Right in that corner. Pulls it back to Dan Burn. To Trossard. Maupay. Tackled by Pereira out for a throw-in for Brighton. But yeah, the next 2 commentaries after Manchester City, Liverpool is, like I've said before, Arsenal versus Leicester on the 7th and Aston Villa versus Manchester United on the 9th. So, some good commentaries there. Connolly has been replaced by Solly March. As Brighton do have the ball in an attacking area. It's Dan Burn down the left. Met by Wan-Bissaka with a big tackle and I think wins a goal kick as well for Manchester United. Actually, corner. The referee decides to give in the end. We are 3 minutes away from the 90th minute and it is still Brighton 0, Manchester United 3. And by the way, just to clear up, I've just realised that commentary of United will be my 3rd United commentary since the restart. I do not support them, so don't worry about that. It's just the ones I seem to be picking as they suit the days best, which I can do commentaries. As Brighton will have the corner, it'll be in swing from Moy on the left. No real danger on it. It can be headed away by McTominay. Toward Dan James, who helps it on once more. Down the Brighton left, where Moy can pick the ball back up. And we'll go to Bernardo, who has put himself in that centre-back position. Lays it back off to Matt Ryan, the goalkeeper, who clears it long towards Trossard. It's actually Basuma who he leaves it to. And the flag's gone up. I don't know if that was on Basuma or Trossard, but the flag's gone up nonetheless. Bruno Fernandes has been given man of the match. I really like Greenwood's performance today. Goal and an assist. So just to change it up from there, always Bruno Fernandes always gets man of the match. I'm going to give mine to Mason Greenwood. Goal and an assist. Got a goal for the second Fernandes goal. And then was able to put some nice skill on with step overs to get United's first and his only goal of the game. So I'll give it Greenwood. I've been happy with his performance. As he plays it into Dan James here, he's been dispossessed off the ball, but a poor Brighton pass just fell straight back to McTominay. He lays it off to Pereira. To Lindelof. Well, it's actually Matic just inside the Brighton half. Maguire over to Lindelof. Looking for an option. We'll have to turn back and then turn back forward again. Lays it out to Wan-Bissaka. Skips past Malpe and goes back to McTominay. For sure, I'll be back for the Arsenal game. That's good. Make sure you're back for Thursday as well. Make sure you're here for Thursday if you're not watching it. I'm a United supporter. Right, okay. Who do you follow? Not going to say, just in case it sways your opinion on the commentaries, or, you know, if you know who I support and you come on a commentary like, he supports them, and it just saves any kind of, you know, questions or, you know, doubts if I commentate on the team I support. Because I have commentated on the team I support, but obviously no one's noticed yet, so that's good. So yeah, I'm just going to keep it to myself as Brandon Williams lays it back to Dan James, tries to go one more over to Agarlo on the edge of the box, and easily tackled by Bernardo and cleared by Matt Ryan. So yeah, honestly, I get that asked every stream, so, you know, it's the usual question I get, but I just rather not say, just in case it causes any, I don't know, just any backlash, even though I don't think it would, but, you know. No, don't worry. Yeah, that's fine. Well, Brighton did get on the counter-attack there with Trossard, and again, it's just that final cross that Brighton have struggled with tonight. It's they've got down the wings, but their crossing has just been woeful. As we have 3 minutes added on. Duffy can bring it out for Brighton. Down the line by Montoya to Solly March, who was subbed on for Connolly. Gets a cross in straight into the hands of David De Gea. Solly March, though, stats on him. 1 assist this season in 15 league appearances. Obviously, this is his 16th, only 9 starts. His last goal in the Prem actually came on the 16th of December 2018 against Chelsea. And like I said, this is similar to Shane Duffy, Solly March. Last season under Chris Hughton, he played 35 times like Shane Duffy. And obviously, that's his game time's been massively reduced due to a change of tactics from Graham Potter. And obviously, he's only been stuck with 16 league appearances this season now. So, you know, he's struggled for game time. As Pereira will come out with the ball for United, goes to his left to Wan-Bissaka, who's made a run down the centre of the pitch, tries to let it off to Matic. He lets it go over his head, and it's Brandon Williams who leaves the ball to Matic to take over again. Dan James. Inside to Pereira, dinks it to Greenwood on this right. Can they maybe get a 4th here, United, to help their goal difference? They're already 5th on goal difference ahead of Wolves, but can they just gain an extra goal? It's Matic to James. Inside to McTominay. Matic, Lindelof, De Gea, heading for his 10th clean sheet of the season. Is Wan-Bissaka on the right, tries to drill in towards Odion Ighalo, pass deflected into the arms of Matt Ryan, and we've got 1 minute left of the game. Can we maybe see one last goal? As Matt Ryan sends it clear towards Trossard on the left, and he's been caught offside. And that will probably do it for any more chances in the game. We've got 50 seconds left, but for Brighton, I don't think they'll get any more chances. And before any of you leave, before the full-time whistle, make sure you subscribe and be here for Thursday. Probably one of the biggest, if the stream goes well and you're all here, this will probably be one of the biggest streams on the channel if everything goes well. So make sure you're here. It'll be a fantastic stream. As De Gea switches it to the left to Williams, chests it down. He's met by Moy. And gets round him, but then it's pulled back by Aaron Moy. So a free kick will be given to Manchester United inside their own half. As we've got 15 seconds left. It seems like United have come and conquered Brighton at the Amex. Something that Arsenal weren't able to do. 3 minutes added on, 3 goals for United, and 3 points for them as well. As the referee will blow the whistle any second now. We've hit the 93rd minute. Passes it towards Andres Pereira, and that'll be the whistle blown by Andre Mariner. And it ends Brighton 0, Manchester United 3. A goal and an assist from Greenwood, 2 goals from Bruno Fernandes is the difference today towards the result of the game. Brighton was sloppy, poor, no real intensity, no real grit in their game. And as soon as they put some kind of pressure on in the early minutes of the second half, that was cancelled out straight away from a superb Manchester United counter-attack, which was started by a wonderful Nemanja Matic pass. So at the Amex, it does end Brighton 0, Manchester United 3. Good game. I enjoyed it once again. United showing why they are going for that 5th place and maybe trying to put on some pressure on Chelsea, who are on 54 points. Obviously, United are now on 52, but Chelsea do have the game to play in hand, so they could easily get that gap to 5 points. So we'll just have to see. But if West Ham can nick any points off Chelsea, then that could easily change. Great result for United. Great job from you. Thanks for your work. Subscribe. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for enjoying the commentary. If before you leave, if you haven't subscribed already, please do. And yeah, it's a good stream. 5 likes. I enjoyed it. Good game as well. So all around successful stream, I'd say. I feel like my nose bleeding. But yeah, make sure you are here for Thursday. It's going to be such a good stream, hopefully. I'm really looking forward to it. Really, really am. And as well, with this game being over, if you're maybe looking for something to watch after this, my Football Manager series, Stockport County, it's non-league, in the description down below. Make sure you go and check it out. Get some likes and views on it. That'll be fantastic. But for me, that's going to be it. Ends 3-0 to Manchester United. Dominant performance. Counter-attacking on point. Overall attacking on point. And it's led to them getting the 3 points. And that one step closer to European football next year. But for me, it is time for me to go. I hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe. Be back for Thursday. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night.